Well, top of the morning to you, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm here today with the Just for Today in a meditation for May 5th for you. I am brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services program. Hood stands for Hope Offered on Demand, and you can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's get right into the Just for Today. Let me share my screen here. Any lengths. May 5th, I was ready to go to any lengths to stay clean. From the basic text, page 132. Any lengths. Newcomers ask, what do you mean, any lengths? Looking back at our active addiction and the lengths we were willing to go in order to stay high can help to explain. Were we willing to drive many miles to get drugs? Yes, we usually were. Then it makes sense that if we are as concerned about staying clean as we were about using, we will try anything to find a ride to a meeting. In our addiction, didn't we often do crazy, insane things or use unknown substances at the direction of others? Then why do we often find it so hard to take direction in recovery, especially when the direction is designed to help us grow? And when we used, didn't we often, in desperation, turn to our higher power saying, please just get me out of this one? Then why do we find it so hard to ask for God's help in our recovery? When we use, we usually had an open mind when we came to finding ways and means to get more drugs. If we can apply the same principle of open mindedness to our recovery, we may surprise ourselves by how easily we begin to grasp the NA program. Our best thinking, it is often said, got us into the rooms of Narcotics Anonymous. If we are willing to go to any lengths, follow directions, and stay open minded, we can stay clean. Just for today, I am willing to go to any lengths to stay clean. I will become as open minded and ready to take direction as I need to be. That's a beautiful reading. Any lengths, I like that. I like the tone of this particular meditation, and it's really applicable to every area of our lives. It's not just applicable to the individual that wants to find a reason not to make a meeting, because clearly in this meditation, it's emphasizing how we were when we were actively using. We were willing to go to any lengths. We didn't care how far. We didn't care if it was snowing, if it was raining. We had very little concern about our discomfort or inconvenience of getting our next one. We did whatever we needed to do to get our next one. Some of us did acrobats to get our next one, right? But we have a problem standing outside at the bus stop when it's raining or snowing to catch a bus to the meeting, or we get an attitude because someone might ask us for a few dollars, especially now when gas is almost what, $4 or more a gallon. So we have a problem coughing up a few extra dollars for gas just so they can go out of their way to come get us and take us to a meeting. And inevitably, individuals that are not willing to go to any lengths for their recovery to the extent that they did it using in their active addiction, they generally don't stay around long. They generally don't stay around long because in general, every person that is a member of Narcotics Anonymous is responsible for their own recovery. And no one is going to carry the addict that you are, right? They don't mind helping, but we have to have a attitude of being fully self-supporting, meaning that I need to make a meeting, and the meeting I need to make is my responsibility. It's my responsibility to either get there on my own ask someone to help me to get there, and to be courteous and mindful that I am taking the time and the energy of someone else. So if I have a few dollars, offer a few dollars. Don't make them ask. Don't make them ask. I have picked up people on just about E, knowing goodness well that I was going to struggle to figure out, is this little bit of gas going to get me back to where to drop them off and then back home? And I get it. If they're new, I get it. They probably, don't have it all figured out budget wise, right? But they probably had it figured out when they were using. They had that few dollars that they needed to ante up on, right? So don't make people ask for the help that you need to offer to them for helping you get to a meeting. It's a two-way street, right? It definitely is a two-way street. Be willing to go to any lengths for your recovery. It amazes me how when we come into the program, we have a sense of desperation, the desperation for recovery. And then after we've established ourselves, the desperation is not the same. That's tragic. That's tragic. This beautiful miracle that I've been given is still as beautiful and miraculous in my life. I want to say 28 years and 8 months and some days later. It is still miraculous in my life. It is still important to me. And I handle it. I handle it with care. I handle it with the mindset that the only person that can get up and knock this down, this disease of addiction down, the only person that can do it for me is me. Now I have a God, He's my higher power, and I turn to my God daily and throughout the day. But if I don't want to beat back the disease of addiction, I truly believe that I will do whatever I want to do, and I will be given, my misery will be refunded to me freely. My higher power doesn't make me do anything. Does He help me? Absolutely. But the responsibility for my recovery is for me to do, and it has to be for you to do. And some of us are so codependent that we carry addicts in ways that are misleading. We carry addicts in ways that are misleading so that when they start to get some clean time and understand how the steps work and they have a sponsor, they're still very dependent because of us not making it clear to them. We carry the message to the still suffering addict. We don't carry the addict. If you don't want it, I can't want it more than you do, right? That's how I am with even sponsees. Like, I'm here for you. We can have a conversation every day. We can text back and forth pretty much every day. Or we can use that time wisely and discuss the steps, or at least the principles of the steps, when we're talking. I can't force you to do a step. There's one lady, I remember she would not approach the steps at all. It was like just getting clean was enough for her. And at that time, I had way too many sponsees. I had quite a few. And I was like, you taking up space. Hey, young lady, you're taking up someone else's space because you're not doing nothing. The stuff we talking about, You don't even how should I apply this third step in this situation? It doesn't even cross your mind. So I need to step back because there's other people that I'm telling them I'm not sure if I can sponsor you, I can be your temp sponsor, and they are working. I need to let you go. I used to say I would never say no to a person asking me to sponsor them. That's not the truth anymore because I am way more considerate of my recovery, and I'm more considerate of their recovery and my time and my energy. If I don't have time and energy to give to you, I'm not going to say yes. Um, yeah, and I used to say, never if someone asks you to share, you should never say no. And I don't believe that. I believe that you need to know your spiritual condition. And if you are not in a place where you can carry the message of recovery, not your mess, but the message of recovery in a way that is an attraction, then you need to be responsible enough to say no, right? We go to any lengths, and part of those any lengths include being able to take an inventory of who we are and what we are and where we are, how we are and why we are the way we are, and then make a decision. That's that wisdom to know the difference, right? Make a decision based on that. I hope that you have a beautiful day. I plan to. I have some family things going on, so I need to get on the road here shortly, headed to it- not all the way to Alabama, but headed that direction. I have a 5-hour trip, and then I need to turn around and come back. So I am excited to get on the road. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I can't wait to talk to you. I already have tomorrow's Just for Today done because I did it by mistake. I was on the wrong day. So I am going to be talking to you hopefully tomorrow for May 7th. And then I can use that to benefit myself where I can have them up and ready for you, and that will take some of the urgency off of every morning. Okay. So I hope that you have a beautiful day. Talk to you soon.